How's it going, everybody? Mike here, November 11th. What we're going to do over the next couple of minutes is basically go over the daily movers and shakers. This is the Merch Informer platform, and specifically what I'm looking at is actually called the movers and shakers tool. It's kind of like the daily bestsellers, or not even bestsellers, but basically products that are getting a bunch of activity where maybe sometimes they haven't sold in a bit, but for some reason today they're actually starting to sell. Now what I've pulled up is like I said, daily Merch by Amazon shirts, US marketplace. The results that are showing that we're going to be going over, this is the first page of t-shirts that are listed from $13.07 to pretty much $20. Average price for a shirt is $16.84, as you can see. So if you're ever kind of wondering what you should be pricing your products as, this is a pretty good tool, because you can see, for example, even the price that people have listed it under, and then you'll also see the bestseller rank and the movement. Sometimes you'll actually see maybe, let's see if we can, before we get there, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but basically what I'm trying to say is that you will see the people adjusting the price based on the bestseller rank, and you can actually see that here kind of. So when the bestseller rank is super high, meaning that these products are not selling, this person was listing the product at $15.99, which is a little lower, and then when it started selling, they raised the price to $16.98, and then you can actually see that clearly in a lot of products that are selling more often than these ones. But let's get into some of these. I think these are actually, I was going through these preparing for this video, and there's some pretty good examples. So I hope Q4 goes well for you guys. December and November tend to get pretty interesting. If you've seen any of my recent videos, you know that I'm definitely not alone when it comes to the big, huge sales drop over the last couple of days. I've received a number of comments. People are saying, algorithm is changing. They're saying, who knows what merch is doing behind the scenes. Some people are saying supply is actually in trouble because I guess they just don't have enough products in stock to actually satisfy the demand. Somebody left me a comment this morning basically saying, are you new? Like this happens pretty much every year. I disagree with that. I know that there's a bit of a drop in sales around certain promotional days like Black Friday, but what we're seeing across the board with pretty much most accounts is something different. The first product here is You Don't Scare Me, I Beat COVID. So this is it's clear who they're targeting and what for. It gets about a one sale a day here. BSR is 320,000, which is pretty solid. It's priced extremely slow, and it's a pretty nice design. I'm sure you've seen these designs, and once you kind of start doing research, you'll quickly catch on that certain graphics, certain styles, if they kind of take off and people start liking them, including like the vintage colors, like the background in these two images, and I'm sure we'll see more of them as we go on. It's not only that copycats jump in, and then you're going to see hundreds of not only this version, but like, for example, different categories, different niches. I've seen maybe like 1,000 of these. Like, I Like Ferrets and maybe 3 other people. I've seen it with coffee, hamburgers. I've seen it with beer, wine, like all that kind of stuff, different animals. It's just incredible, like how like what the evolution of a design can do and what it can create. But also, this is where it's just a reminder that competition is nuts, right? So it's really hard to come up with original designs, and then also, if you're kind of trying to improve or change existing designs, you're definitely not the only one. So basically, it's a tough game. Promoted to Big Brother again, established 2022. So again, around the same bestseller rank. This product is priced a little higher, and the spin here is, of course, it's a pregnancy announcement or whatever you want to call it shirt. But I did a video a while ago about Christmas designs and matching designs, and you can see that they put that actually in the merchant is the brand name. So they put cool matching new family, funny, promoted, established 2022. This is just loaded with keywords. So that's a pretty simple. I know these kinds of designs sell. This is a pretty creative and I guess simple desired design. I've already talked about this one. Again, you can, this is definitely a scalable design. If you're not using a ferret here, you can come up with thousands of versions of, like I said, it doesn't have to be animals. It could be anything that you can imagine. Retirement. So any kind of like pregnancy announcement shirts, retirement. These are all year specific. So for example, you would actually change these every single year. So retired, 2022, like this definitely wouldn't apply to 2023 or 2021. So there's a lot of opportunity if you're kind of thinking from that angle, like what are some designs that actually will be bought based on either a month or year, or a specific date. I've seen birthday shirts, and this was even years ago. I used to actually put up a lot of them because I just thought it was a great idea. But something like, I can't remember the exact text, but only queens are born in July, and then you do that for every single month. And then if you want to make it even more specific, you would include the year and so on. There's different combinations there. Again, these are all about one sale per day type shirts, but you can see the range with prices. This one is about $18, $17.98, $16.50, and $14.99. Pretty interesting. People are all over the place. I guess everybody is experimenting. So, this is why we're here to kind of learn and look at what's selling, what's moving. I'm an activity director because it's what my soul says to be. I guess there's not much to it there. As you can see here, this person is probably using some kind of automation software because the brand name got cut off. So it's it was probably more than the maximum allowed text. So these kinds of things, what I would say is, even if you're using an automation tool, test it out. Make sure that all your characters or all your brand names, titles, and points actually fit, because otherwise you're going to get cut off, and then this is clear, for example, that it's not a professional bigger company, somebody that you can even though Amazon's selling it and it's falls under the Prime category, still, like if I saw this, I would say, well, at least finish your sentence here. Okay, what do we have? Antisaurus, I've seen these before. They're pretty cool. This one I actually like these two. Nice, naughty Norwegian. I've seen actually these, and as I'm going further, you guys will also pick up on this, but Christmas is now in full effect. Just so if you actually haven't thought about that, even go outside, you'll start seeing Christmas decorations if you're anywhere in North America. But also what's happening is Christmas items, they're selling. So if you were thinking about putting it off any longer, I would say don't do it. Get into it right now. Like I said, I've seen similar ones before, but I actually have never seen something that's specific to a country. Again, you can do hundreds of these. I don't know how many countries there are in the world, but you can do one for every single one, right? Slayer, I actually like this one. It's a heavy metal Santa Claus Christmas. And look at this. If you're actually ever thinking, how to put your titles and brand names together, look at the combination here of, Santa Claus Christmas, Xmas, okay, gift, and then again, funny Merry Christmas fashion. Like, when would you say funny Merry Christmas? Like, you would actually say funny Christmas fashion wear. I guess you can pull that off. But they're really being strategic here with what kind of terminology they're using. Again, as you can see, this is still Christmas. This is my Christmas pajama shirt. I wonder if they have a matching word anywhere. They don't. I think we're going to see those later. But there was another video that I did about, like I said, matching shirts, and there's so many people that are basically taking these kinds of like simple designs, and they're targeting people and advertising them and promoting them in a way that they want people to buy more than one. My German Shepherd tilts its head just like you do. Pretty nice. But look at this. What stands out to me is, we were looking at a bunch of these, and they're all like one sale, and we get to like a pretty nice, unique Christmas design, and now all of a sudden we have 6 sales. We get to another, pretty basic Christmas design, another 6 sales, right? So this kind of stuff does stand out. And again, just like I mentioned before, Christmas is in full effect. I'm just going to go through these fairly quickly. I'm just looking at the time of the video. I've seen this one again probably 100 times with different graphics, but the text is exactly the same. It's kind of like a suggestive fishing gift, and as you can see, I love it when she bends over. Great. Respect the groundhog. Datacorn, I guess that would be the unicorn, like a regular dat, only way more magical. Again, I'm just paying attention to the prices here, and then we get into some more Christmas. Snails are my spirit animal. I've seen this one again probably with every single animal that you can think of. I think what makes it funny if it's like a weird, unique, like I know sloth spirit animal t-shirts are very, very trendy. Being a grandma is a jam. This actually is very creative. I don't have anything like this. 1998 one sale, BSR 350,000, and then Merry Christmas again, creative, funny. Check out my 6-pack, promoted to grandpa, again established 2022, and that's about it. I mean, we can go on and on. I think this is a pretty good number of shirts that we've looked at. Hopefully this is helpful to you guys. Go and you can check these out. Like, you can actually type this into the Amazon search, and these products will come up, so you can actually gather more information. But this is what's moving and shaking, movers and shakers today. And as you can see, like I said, my conclusion here is Christmas is in full effect. Don't lose out on that opportunity. And if you haven't listed your Christmas products yet, I would say get to it, and hopefully there are a few that actually get picked up and start selling in larger numbers. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you guys for watching. See you soon.